angle. That's the end of that match. CM Punk on top at Extreme Rules in Baltimore. What can we say about that? I'm wrong, because I actually predicted it was CM Punk that would, in fact, lose, which was totally incorrect. And indeed, nice to get swerved, always good. But then I certainly can see that hair being shaved at another time. Tony Chimmel now announcing the leather strap match. I believe it's Shad versus JTG. We saw that angle on SmackDown just recently, and we know that it was beat down at the end of the event. Here comes Shad now with a brand new look. He's got a shaved head indeed, and certainly a different look with those white wrestling tights. And indeed, he does look the big man that WWE are looking for. Certainly, I think Ezekiel Jackson is injured at the moment, or at least that's what I'm led to believe. So maybe Shad is going to quickly take up that role. Now, JTG, of course, came out last SmackDown, this angle building for a couple of weeks, and we've got a replay of 3 weeks ago's events. I mean, at this stage, it did get a couple of weeks build at least, but it was unexpected in the beginning. But also not really that good. I suppose it took a while to have these guys who were friends actually work together. But like I said earlier on Wrestle Dope, I think these two guys probably have been waiting to have a one-on-one feud since they were kids. I know these guys used to go to Madison Square Garden. They mentioned it in shoot interviews to see the likes of Hulk Hogan and Andre and everybody who was anybody. So out comes JTG. What am I going to say? Early call. Let's just go with it and say that JTG is going to lose just on the basis of Shad being pushed, at least, given a new look. And those guys strapped together now with the leather strap. It's that old, almost Dusty Rhodes match, isn't it? I'm sure the bull rope match, very reminiscent of that. But JTG now, it's like a tug of war right now with JTG launching an offensive on Shad, and Shad has literally just pulled that strap from under him, and he's on the ground. And now Shad tapping the 2 corners. They have to tap all 4 corners. He's on the 3rd corner, and finally JTG interrupting that 4th corner count with a leather strap. And he's really beaten down on him. Again, these guys getting a bit of time. It wasn't a 20-second squash like I suppose they couldn't do with a leather strap match like this. So now it looks like JTG on the outside of the ring, the strap hanging out, and Shad is still in the ring. He's trying to drag him now, and he's going to try and go for those corners, but I think JTG too far away to allow that to happen at the minute. JTG now just leaning back on the stairs and trying to pull Shad out of the ring. It's a total tug-of-war situation, and it's actually great to see these guys getting that chance. I mean, it's definitely going to be like something they're going to look back on, as I know they are actually quite good friends from the past, and indeed knew each other. So I'm sure this is a big moment for those guys as they take each other on. And who knows if it'll ever happen again. I mean, you might just get that one pay-per-view shot. But yeah, I mean, JTG is kind of let loose in a way. He reminds me a bit of a John Morrison. JTG will be jobbed out in 2 minutes. One commenter there. They release Shelton Benjamin, but not these 2 clowns. SP103. I want to say thanks to Last Son of Krypton there. Nice compliment. Thanks very much for that. So I'm glad to see Shad finally getting some offensive. I know he's a big man. He's a bit of a Batista, slow kind of a worker. But I mean, I certainly never see him do too much, in fact, in the ring. And JTG just tapped the last corner. JTG has gone over. JTG managed to get the corner, and it looks like JTG on a bit of a push, and he's smiling now. Looks like a kind of a Prince gimmick in a way. He's got that straight hair like from last week's SmackDown, and indeed maybe it's a push for the guy. And I know that Shad, being a friend of him, probably doesn't mind losing. Certainly he wouldn't mind losing in a gimmick match such as this. At the very least, wasn't a clean 1, 2, 3. I mean, he tapped a few corners, so certainly Shad not looking any the worse.